Absolutely. So my name is Drew Yamashita, and I'm the team leader for the OFA team. I think my mask is indicative of some of the challenges that we faced this semester, but Austin, Morgan, Molly, and Peace all made my life super easy with their tenacity for gathering information and synthesizing it into solutions for their clients. In addition to being great workers, we also were able to get a little closer as a team. We all had shared laughs over some of the stories from Morgan's job as an RA, and we all sympathized with each other for our early morning and late night meetings, as well as our long studying hours. And so it was great to get that team camaraderie despite the virtual setting. I'm really excited to let them have the opportunity to showcase all the work they've done this semester. So I will pass it off to Austin to get us started.
Thank you, Drew. So each of OFA's consulting associates works with an Oklahoma City startup on a one-on-one basis to address any issues or opportunities that they're facing. Our team lead is Drew Yamashita, and our fellow is Haley Rader. My name is Austin Wilkie, and I am a sophomore from Oklahoma City pursuing a degree in industrial and systems engineering. And this semester, I have the privilege of working with Dr. Zhao.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Morgan Neuenfeld. I'm a senior from Stoughton, Wisconsin, majoring in accounting. And this semester, I've had the opportunity of working with Watkins County Products.
Hi, my name is Molly Cutter. I'm a junior studying finance from Centennial, Colorado, and I've been lucky enough to be working with CityBox this semester.
Hi, everyone. My name is Peace Majiko, and I'm a junior from Nigeria studying accounting. I've been working with Zeki Learning as my client this semester.
Dr. Zhao's research provides accurate and reliable geospatial data for crop yield monitoring and field mapping. This process starts with gathering image data through the use of satellites, UAVs, and fieldwork, all of which is then run through an algorithm for data analysis to generate geospatial data sets like the two seen here. Once these data sets are created, Dr. Zhao can provide services to his clients in the form of data provision, analytics, monitoring, or consulting. Dr. Zhao aims to develop a startup business based on his spatial imagery research at OU. These are the phases of my project. Currently, I'm working to develop a business plan for Dr. Zhao, and the three key insights today are that Dr. Zhao should sell a crop yield forecasting model to non-commercial traders, that non-commercial traders are a $291 million market, and that Dr. Zhao can make a $2.5 million profit by year 5. Dr. Zhao should provide a crop yield forecasting model to traders in the agricultural commodities futures market. Because Dr. Zhao's research focuses on yield monitoring and field mapping, I narrowed down his initial potential applications to commodity traders, food processors, and insurance companies. From there, I further analyzed his data capabilities, looking specifically at the spatial and temporal resolutions of his data. I also had interviews with experts in the agricultural industry who emphasized the difficulties that came from working directly with farmers. So I also listed that as a key factor. And my final factor was whether or not Dr. Zhao had a competitive advantage in the industry. For commodity traders, he did because of the wide range of crops and countries that he could offer yield forecasts for. Furthermore, the advantages of commodity traders were that they need frequent yield updates for insights on spot prices, which makes them an ideal customer for a subscription-based model. And they need early yield forecasts for better price predictions, meaning that they can take advantage of the fact that Dr. Zhao's forecasting model becomes accurate very early on in the growing season. There's a market size of $291 million for Dr. Zhao's data among non-commercial traders. Based on competitor pricing, he can offer a monthly subscription for $200 and a one-time historical data purchase for $10,000. Currently, he has algorithms developed for corn, soybean, winter wheat, and sugarcane. And because he can expand those forecasts to 5 different countries, he is looking at a total market size of $291 million. Based on my financial model, Dr. Zhao can make a $2.5 million profit by year 5. This model assumes that in year 1, he will offer 4 crop yield forecasts for 1 country, and we are looking at this country to be the US. And from there, we will expand these forecasts to a new country each year until year 5, where he will offer these 4 forecasts across 5 separate countries, giving him a total of 20 products. The model assumes that each of these products will have 50 customers, which is a reasonable assumption based on the fact that his competitor, TELUS Labs, was able to acquire 600 customers in its first year. The model also assumes a 20% price cut taken by data vendors. We're currently looking at Bloomberg's Enterprise Access Point and the Chicago Mercantile Exchange's online data vendor as our partners. The next steps for Dr. Zhao include initiating contact with data vendors and beginning negotiations over prices and the terms of the contract, as well as formatting his data to be used by traders. Now I will pass it over to Morgan, and she will tell you about her works with Watkins Conti.
Thank you, Austin. Watkins Conti Products is a women's health company that's focused on delivering high quality and easily accessible incontinence products. This company is based in Edmond, Oklahoma, and run by Allison Conti, who has created a solution for over 498 million women who struggle with incontinence. She is currently looking to expand her product line into at-home sexually transmitted, or STI, testing. Watkins Conti aims to launch their at-home STI test to create an affordable alternative to doctors' visits and tests. During my phases of research, I've been able to identify Watkins Conti's target market, determine the best path for their product expansion, and examine financial implications to create a financial model. Watkins Conti's target market is 18 to 24-year-old women. As you can see in the pie chart, this age demographic accounts for over 56% of the new STIs each year. Additionally, women are more severely affected by STIs than men. This includes severe damage to the fallopian tubes due to excessive scar tissue buildup and potentially fatal ectopic pregnancy due to STIs being left untreated for too long. Creating a generic test would be more affordable to this 18 to 24-year-old age group because it would still be able to provide the privacy of their competitors while being able to identify that there is a problem available and that they're able to get treatment, assuming that their parents have insurance. This is a cheaper alternative to going into their competitors' markets. And based on the 18 to 24-year-old women who have been sexually active in the last year, their total market size is 7.76 million people. Watkins Conti's expansion plan should focus on online sales and Instagram advertising in target cities. Based on survey respondent data, 100% of them wanted an online sales option for this product. Additionally, looking into university partnerships where there's a large population of the target demographic, those would also be profitable. However, the online sales would be significantly more profitable based on consumer preferences. In order to make the best use of their advertising budget, Watkins Conti should spend on social media advertising. This includes using Instagram advertisements because they get over 10 times more engagement than Facebook ads. Additionally, a strong majority of this age demographic uses Instagram for their purchasing preferences and purchases overall. In order to get the best return on investment for their advertising, Watkins Conti needs to target cities that has a large target demographic in them. These cities may include Philadelphia, Indianapolis, and New York City. Watkins Conti can expect to generate $1.33 million in profit during the first 5 years of business. Although there's a $750,000 initial investment, Watkins Conti will begin to break even in year 2 and recover the entire investment by the end of year 5. This model assumes that Watkins Conti expands to 1 new city each year and is able to partner with 5 universities in each city. As you can see, the university partnerships are able to generate a profit. However, the online sales are significantly more profitable, creating 93.5% of total revenue expected over the 5 years. Watkins Conti's next steps will be necessary to successfully enter the market. This includes finishing developing this product, creating partnerships with universities and target cities, and selling the test online and through universities by fall 2022. I will now pass it off to Molly, who will talk to you a little bit about CityBox.
Thank you. CityBox is an OKC-based company that makes experiencing local business in the comfort of your home possible through gift boxes. After a successful launch, they sold over 2,000 boxes, reached customers all the way to New York City, and created and utilized their small business connections. CityBox aims to expand nationally and utilize their competitive advantage. During my research, I did a market analysis, created a market entry plan, and tested their financial viability. CityBox's potential target market is at 1.47 million people. When looking at specialty food stores, clothing boutiques, and CityBox's customers. They all support local and enjoy city life. Additionally, based on these demographics, they bring the US target market to about 7.28 million people. Further filtering it down to cities that CityBox has the potential to expand to, those cities being very small business friendly and attractiveness, having a lot of city pride, and also being close to OKC and having affordable office rent. Dallas, Austin, Denver, and Atlanta give CityBox a potential target market of 1.47 million people. CityBox's national expansion business model requires USPS shipping and warehouses per city. When looking at popular and preferred items, CityBox should partner with local coffee shops, bakeries, restaurants, and boutiques. It is very important that these stores can offer wholesale or discounted prices so that CityBox can have a high profit margin on those gift boxes. In addition, having really good relationships with these partner companies is very important. That is one thing that made CityBox so successful in OKC was those good relationships. With this model, CityBox will expand to Dallas within the first year while still operating out of their OKC office. In year 2, when they've sold enough boxes, their shipping expenses will exceed an office rent expense. Thus, in year 2, they'll buy a warehouse in Dallas, as well as renting out a warehouse in Denver. This will decrease their distance, make shipping quicker, and decrease the shipping expense from the vendor to the office by $5 per box. By expanding to Dallas in the first year while still operating out of the OKC office, this is a very risk-free expansion. They can gauge interest in the city and see how they would like to move forward from there. CityBox USA will have a net income of about $270,000 over 5 years. Once again, with that timeline, expanding to Dallas within the first year, Austin within the second, and renting out a Dallas office, and then in the third year, expanding to Denver and renting out a Denver office. Some key takeaways from this are that it's very low risk. Almost all of CityBox expenses are very variable, and that also makes getting that wholesale or discounted price from those partner companies very important. The scalability of this whole is that this is a big leap up from what they're doing in OKC right now, even with the conservative assumption that they'll sell 6,000 boxes in Dallas within the first year. CityBox can add cities based on success and has the flexibility there. This is a big advertising opportunity for the founders, other companies, Capital's Ice Cream, and Sincerely Roasters. Even though it may be a Dallas CityBox, they can add in one of their Sincerely Roasters coffee bags to the box and just get really great national exposure. Next steps will require CityBox to focus on marketing, advertising, and subscription. Thank you so much for listening, and now I'll pass it off to Peace to talk about Zeki Learning.
Thank you, Molly. Zeki Learning produces high-quality educational toys that foster cognitive learning. The company's competitive advantage includes the character of the toys to promote coding and bilingual skills in kids between the ages of 0 to 7 years. All the toys are fair trade certified and handmade from sustainable textile materials by Palestinian women. Throughout this semester, I have been working on identifying the ideal customer targets, exploring marketing and distribution strategies, as well as proposing a feasible financial strategy that will ensure the company's growth. At the onset, Zeki's market size consists of 160,000 people nationally. The figure was reached by calculating the number of millennials and baby boomers in the US and narrowing that number to the people who speak Arabic or Spanish. These characteristics were chosen because they align with Zeki's core competencies. The company manufactures toys in English, Spanish, and Arabic, and research shows that millennials tend to support green consumption, whereas the baby boomer generation will be more drawn to the traditional aspects of the toy. Moreover, Green Toys Company, a comparable eco-friendly toy company, owns 0.8% of the toy market share, and it is assumed that with proper marketing and product placement, Zeki can also capture the same market size. To generate enough sales, Zeki needs to partner with other third-party distribution channels, and partnering with online specialty stores and physical retail stores requires a smaller marketing spend of 25 cents on average. Survey data suggests that a significant proportion of sales can be expected from 4 main distribution channels. However, Zeki is encouraged to pursue partnerships with online specialty stores first, before investing to drive sales through physical retailers and Amazon. The main reason for this suggestion is the high market spend per toy of $7.1 on Amazon, and also very high levels of competition. Zeki Learning can later invest in Amazon marketing when they have a more sufficient marketing budget. And with the suggested strategies in 5 years, Zeki can make a total profit of $122,000. In year 1 and 2, the company can focus on direct-to-customer sales and building its brand. This will give it more credibility and customer loyalty as it progresses to partner with specialty stores in year 3 and 4. And lastly, Zeki can extend partnerships to physical retail stores in year 5. The main profit limiting factors are Zeki's marketing budget and the margin cuts requested by the secondary channels. The company will also need to partner with around 5 to 7 retail stores in order to reach this level of profitability. Zeki's next steps over the next year and a half includes designing the adverts, investing and rolling out the digital marketing strategy, and forming business relationships with retailers. Thank you for listening to our presentation. We have all really enjoyed working with our clients. With these recommendations, OFA will be creating $9.75 million in total wealth. We are really proud of our work and the impact we are having in Norman and Oklahoma and beyond. I hope you enjoyed our presentation, and now we'll be more than happy to answer any questions you might have.
I'll ask a question for Morgan and Watkins County. Did you look at the at-home STI product, like in comparison to her current products, to think about, like, as a portfolio of products, does this profit-wise make sense to spend time on compared to what she's doing now?
Yes. So in my conversations with Allison, her goal is to really help women's health, the community overall. And by creating this STI test, she's able to accomplish her goal of making healthcare more accessible and affordable to people who may need it. So although it's a little bit different than her current incontinence product, it is something that she is very happy with pursuing and making a profit with.